I had so much fun at EYB this year. In case you don't know, EYB is the end of the year bash here in New Orleans. It happens every December. It is the best event of the year in my opinion. And as I was editing the footage together, that didn't really come across. It just seemed like any other drift event because I kind of shoot them all the same. So I figured I would reshoot the whole thing and tell you guys why it's my favorite event of the year. And maybe you guys will come down for the 2019 EYB. Like all of our events, it's held at NOLA Motorsports Park, which is this absolutely massive and awesome facility. We've got a ton of tracks. The track surface is baby buttery smooth, which is super good on tires. This is 2 events and 2 setup days on these things, and this one is still good. And it's not just because we're going really slow. We have this really big skid pad. We set it up to do 3rd gear entries, so we're cooking, and the tires just last forever because the surface is so smooth. But we also don't just have that awesome skid pad. The track also has this really big road course. We didn't use it this time just because it's not very popular with our lower powered guys, and we had a lot of those this year. We did run on my favorite track, which is our kart track. It's the same super buttery smooth surface, but it's pretty technical, and if you watched my last video, you saw how we set up like a really technical, fun, really long 1.5-minute kart track layout, and I think it's the best track I've driven on. It's so much fun, and that really made the event right there. Since it happens in December, the weather is also way better. It's usually really hot here in Louisiana, but in the winter it never actually gets cold. It's just kind of cool, so everyone's just kind of chilling in sweatshirts, and it's super duper pleasant. Makes driving a stripped out race car bearable, really nice. Again, since it's in December, that's the off season for most other organizations. So everyone that wants to be driving but can't because they're shut down can come down to us, since we're kind of the only thing running at this time of the year. It's also amazing because we usually don't have a ton of drivers come to our events. We have Lone Star Drift just a few hours away, kind of competing usually in the same weekends that we run. So we lose a lot of our good drivers to go drive Lone Star, there are a bunch of other organizations like really close to us. So we get all of those guys because their season's over, and the cool cars come to us, and it's this awesome blowout event with way more cars, way more drivers. The cars are also really cool. We treat EYB kind of like this big blowout bash thing that it is. So everyone's cars go from being kind of like missile-y, like even the RX-7 went from this gross missile, and I put a kit on it just to kind of fit in at EYB because I'm into peer pressure. But we put all of our effort into making our cars cool for this one event, so then other people from out of town bring their cool cars, and it's just a lot cooler to watch. We also have Cars and Coffee here, which is a lot more cool cars. Kind of all the good ones in southern Louisiana come out for this one. So we get all of the cool tuned cars and then a bunch of old guys with cool rods, and it just kind of makes everything a lot more fun and kind of brings more people into drifting. They see a cooler version of it because all the cars are cooler and the drivers are better, so it's kind of better, makes the scene better, makes everyone, you know, feel happier. I guess a lot of the good parts come from it happening in December because it's colder and then the days are also shorter. So by doing a 12-hour day in the winter, like, you get a lot of nighttime drifting. So we put lights up and everyone puts underglow on their cars. And it's really fun spectacle to watch. And night drifting is just kind of like another, it's kind of sketchy, kind of fun. It's different, which kind of mixes things up. And then we have the 2 tracks over 2 days, which also mixes things up. So it kind of feels like a few different events all in one weekend, which is really fun because, you know, variety is the spice of life. It kind of keeps everyone learning and progressing instead of just settling into one track layout for a weekend. New Orleans is also a super awesome party city, and the track is only 20 minutes away from like the French Quarter and all of like the famous party spots. So if you didn't stay here, you can go downtown and get your party on. But a lot of people stayed here. They did a lot of cool stuff in their trailers. I didn't get any footage of it except for this one cool trailer that brought a couple of simulators for everyone to shred on simulators. So if you weren't driving, or, you know, the driving was over, you could still keep driving through the night in total Matsuri style. Honestly, it's the little things that make this event so awesome, and I really think most of that comes down to bringing in drivers that we don't usually get to drive with. It's a lot more fun. A lot of really cool cars and a lot of really good drivers came out, And not saying that we don't usually have awesome drivers, but we just got more of them at this event. Our first day, I think we had like 150 drivers. I can't remember the numbers, but they were big. It was bigger than we usually get. That made it really fun. More tracks than usual. Really fun. Better weather. Hopefully you guys will come out for EYB 2019. And before I go, I'm going to leave you guys with a little drifty montage of the fun driving that we had. that's all I really have time to show you guys today. I'm trying to keep these videos a little shorter, a little bit more interesting. I also didn't get to shoot a ton because I think I did like 140 laps the weekend, which is an insane amount of driving, especially with no power steering, and that kart track takes a minute and a half to get through. Blew up the FC, more on that later. If you guys want to, stay tuned and follow more of these videos, click on my face. There should be a subscribe thing here. And if you want, that's the last video I made, and then this is a video that I think is relevant and cool. Yeah, bye. Thanks for watching.